Bubble shot will have time complexity of O into n power 2. So n is the input data you are giving. Okay, so if you give a data with length of 7, then n will be 7. O will be n into 2, 2n. So basically it will have 14 into 7 power 2. Okay, that is the time complexity. Basically, time complexity is the how much time you're going to take or how much. So basically, if you for a larger kind of data, this bubble shot technique will take more time to compute your data. Okay. Before I am explaining this code, can anyone able to explain how this code will work? Just, just, just say, just from your understanding. So just, I will explain, but I will check you. So whether you able to understand the basic syntax. So you know do while loops, right? While do
Yes,
while,
Akash.
yeah,
Do while it will first execute the commands in do once, and afterwards we'll check
yeah,
the condition in
yeah,
while. If it's
yeah.
satisfied, you will again do that.
Again go to, that's good. That's correct. Bubble shot function will perform. No, no one
Uh,
got.
for n, it will store the length of the array. Here it will be 7.
So yeah. So n will be 7, right? Fine.
So we declared a swap here.
Yeah, swapped is a variable you have declared, and
Yeah,
you without the value.
the value. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'll go to the do
Okay.
loop.
Before this, what if instead of let, if I put const, what I have to do in swap? Why can't I
We can't
put
change the
const?
value of constant. So
No,
once,
that's not.
so
No,
first
no, no.
iteration, no, we should
So
initialize the value if we used const.
yeah, fine. That's correct. So you have to initialize with the value, right? If I put const, I have to put const swap is equal to either true or false. I can't able to change the value inside the block, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So Aisha is continuing, right? So you started with do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can
So we
carry
are
on.
giving a boolean false for swap variable,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we'll go for the for loop. I will take index 0 means a first item,
Yeah.
and it will take I plus 1, so it will go for next item in the loop, and it will compare
No.
both. And
Okay. Okay.
sorry.
So basically, I won't increase on the first iteration. No, I won't increase on the first iteration itself. So inside for you have three variables, right? Inside for what are these three variables? Can anyone tell?
First is
Initialization, condition,
initialization, second
increment.
condition, and third is increase.
Okay. Initialization, condition, increment. That's okay. When will increment will perform? When after completing the first iteration, increment will be called and it will add a value to
I.
initialization. So basically, loop will run like this. So first, it will initialize with the initialization value and it will check the condition and it will get into the loop. After that, it will again came to this increment and increment will add incremented value will be set as a initialization value and it will again check the condition. If the condition satisfies, it get into the loop. That's how for loop will work. Understood? So after completion of this iteration, again it will come to increment, and that incremented value will be set as a initialization value. That initialization value will be again checked for the condition, right? If the condition satisfied, it will get into the loop. If the condition is dissatisfied, it will break the loop and exit with the last stored value. Am I right? Here, I'm passing this unsorted array to this bubble sort function, and I'm checking the length of the array. So array will be taken inside, right? So array will get the value of ARR will get the value of this unsorted array, right? So n will be 7 now, and I'm declaring one variable called swap. First, do will it will do under the condition of do while. First, it will check for get into the loop of block of 2. Then it will perform this iteration. How many times this for loop will run? How many iterations this for loop will run? Can for 7 times. Since n is of 7 and we have given a condition I is less than or equal to n minus 1, the loop will run for 7 times. Okay. So again inside this loop, I'm putting another one condition. If array of I, initially I value will be 0, right? So array of 0 will have a value of 64, and array of I plus 1 will be 34. Am I right? So array of 0 will get the value of first element, correct? So I plus 1 will get the value of 34. So if this condition satisfied, so basically if this element is greater than this element, I will swap the element. So I will basically 34 will come first and 64 will go here. That's what here is here. So and I am setting swap is true. Okay. Sorry. So again this loop goes in and it checks 64 and 25. Now 64 gets here and 34 will be the first element, 64 will be the second element. Now I will be incremented by 1, so I will be 1. So array of 1 will have a value of 64 now. So since I have swapped, right, so array of 1 will I will have 64 and I plus 1 is 2, that is 25. So now it will check 64 and 25. Since 64 is greater than 25, again it will swap. Then 25 will come here and 64 will go here. Correct? So this is how this loop will continues and checks the conditions and runs for 75. Then 64 will finally on the first run, first of 2, 64 will come here. Since all these elements are lesser than 64, 64 will come here. It will check here. So 64 is greater than or less than 90. Since it's less than 90, it will set swapped as false. Since swapped is false, it again goes to do and continues with this stored array. So until the element is getting sorted to an ascending order, this do while loop will run and finally swap will become true in one state. On that it will remain false in one state and finally this loop will break and it returns the sorted array. I have already an array with the ascending order. Okay.
Yes, ascending order.
So it will get into two blocks. Right?
Loop. Yeah, it will be in a loop.
Wait, I will say. So you will have swap will be false.
Yes.
It won't get true. It won't be true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Then it will come to while. So after performing do, it will come to while and it will check the condition.
Okay.
Then swapped will be false, right? Then it won't again go to do. It will return.
Again go to do loop.
It won't go to do. If swapped will be true only, it will go to do. If it is false, it will return the value. It will break the loop.
Oh, okay.
You have an idea. So So basically, while how do I will it will get first into do block and perform the
Okay.
iteration, and it will get into while, and it will
Okay.
check the condition here. Only if the condition satisfies, it goes to do. If the condition is
Oh,
dissatisfied, it breaks the loop.
Here, while swapped means if swapped is false, will be gone to do or it's true.
If swapped will be false, means condition is dissatisfied, right?
Yes.
Then it will break the loop and returns the array.
Oh, okay, okay.
Only the condition will be true if the while in what we are giving inside while, right? If the condition is satisfied, then only it will go to do.
Here we only mentioned swap.
Swapped. Swapped will have either false or true. That's right?
Here true, but in my scenario, I never went inside the if clause. No, I already in the assembly model.
You haven't invented this if class, then your swapped value will be only false, right?
Yes.
Then it will come and check here. Swapped will be false.
Okay.
When swapped is false, what will be happen? It will return this array.
Okay. Then if swapped is true, then will be going
Then
again
if
in
swapped
the.
will be true, then it will again go to do.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Until otherwise, your swapped condition will be dissatisfied, right? The loop will continue.
Okay.
Same like for here, your condition till otherwise your condition is dissatisfied. This loop continues, right?
Hmm.
Same like here in do while also, whatever condition you are giving in while, that if it is satisfied, it will again go to do block. If it is dissatisfied only, it will return the value. It will break the loop.
Oh. Okay, Akash.
So you have the understanding of do while, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are asking this doubt right now. So in other scenarios, how will you? What is the basic difference between while and do? Let me explain. Sorry. So have a clear understanding of these things first. Okay. While will perform a loop only if the condition satisfies. So basically, if you put a while function, right, it will first check the condition. If the condition satisfies, then the loop is performed. But in do while, your loop will perform at least one time without checking the condition. Okay. You can perform your function without checking a condition at least for one time in a do while loop. But in while loop, you can't do that. Only if the condition satisfies, you can perform that function. Can you understand or not? These are the what will I say? These are the basic ABCD for coding and all those things. So you have to understand these basic ideas. So when you have to perform do while and when you have to use while, when you have to use do while, if you want to perform a operation without checking a condition at least for one time, then you have to go for do while. If you want to perform an action only when the condition satisfied, right, then you have to go for while or for anything. You can't, if you have a dissatisfied condition inside a while, then you can't enter into that block, while block, basically. But in do while, you can perform that iteration at least for one time without checking this condition. Basically here I'm just declaring swapped, but I'm not checking whether swapped is true or false before entering into do. So first here do will perform this iteration and it will set swap is false or true. Inside this do only I'm setting a value for swap. After that only I'm checking whether swap is true or not. Based on this true or false, I'm just performing this operation. Without checking this while condition, I'm performing this function for the first time. Can you got it? If I use while only without this do, if I use while only, it won't get into this block. If I put a, I'll explain it. I'm just you are not have basic understandings, right? Be the case. So here you can, instead of this do, yeah, if I put while, what will happen? And I am setting here false. What will happen now? While will check for the condition and it won't execute the loop, execute the functions or actions if the condition is dissatisfied. But do while can execute the function without checking a condition for one time, and then it will check for the conditions. That's the difference between do while and while.